One of the most important challenges that every person who decides to undertake must face is changing their way of thinking and working. Many people start their businesses and manage them under the labor paradigms that have been implanted in their minds for years, making it difficult for them to achieve the results they expect. You cannot build a successful business thinking like an employee. We will now explain which paradigms you must break down to successfully undertake. Stop working for hours and start working for goals and objectives. Working for hours leads us to make big mistakes. Firstly, we deceive ourselves by thinking that by being busy, we are being productive. Secondly, we forget to manage our energy, which is as important a resource as time itself. As an entrepreneur, you must develop your ability to work with focus. That is, learn to prioritize in order to discern between what is urgent and what is important, thus being able to dedicate most of your time and energy to those activities that contribute the most to the achievement of your goals and objectives. Entrepreneurship is not about how many hours you work, but about what results you are achieving. Forget about working 8 hours a day from Monday to Friday and focus on setting goals and objectives that guide your actions. Stop looking for comfort and security and look for freedom and independence. If you want fast and secure money, you probably need a job. In entrepreneurship, everything is uncertain but everything is possible. Many people start their own businesses looking for the apparent sensation of comfort and security that a job provides, but the truth is that entrepreneurship is precisely about leaving our comfort zone and venturing to overcome our own limits. When you are an entrepreneur, it means that your salary no longer depends on your boss but on yourself. At first, it will be difficult, especially if you are very used to receiving your salary every month, but entrepreneurship gives you the freedom and independence to exploit all your potential. According to Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba, starting a business means giving up a stable income and other economic benefits that one can have when working for others. On the other hand, it means that your income is not limited by anything, that you can manage your time more effectively, and that you will not have to ask other people for permission. Stop working on what is assigned to you, and start monetizing your passions. For many people, work is nothing more than a necessary evil, something they must do to survive. An entrepreneur knows that his ability to work gives him the opportunity to impact the world with his ideas, skills, passions, and talents. For an entrepreneur, work is not a duty, but a tool to fulfill his life purpose. At this point, it is important to emphasize that, just as there are people who enjoy their jobs and do them with passion, there are also people who start businesses in industries that they are not passionate about and end up hating their own businesses. Therefore, it is important that, before leaving your job to start a business, you work on developing an entrepreneurial mindset that allows you to face all the challenges imposed by the business world. Do not start a business with the illusion that you will earn more by working less. Undertake because you will have the opportunity to pursue your passion, develop your projects, and contribute to making this world a better place with your work. If you hate your job, it is also a great part of the time you spend in this world. Stop looking for bosses and start looking for clients. When a person undertakes with an employee mindset, they will always end up looking for more clients than customers. What does this mean? Traditional employment has 3 characteristics: subordination, schedule, and salary. If you are going to undertake, you must be clear that the relationship with your clients should not be the same as with a boss. There are numerous cases of people who quit their jobs and become freelancers in search of increasing their income and having more freedom, but in the end, they end up working with clients who have their time at their disposal at all times and even define how much they will pay them for their services. They stop working for companies and individuals and start working with companies and individuals. It's a very important change in focus. Always make sure you have autonomy over your time and work. Be very specific about the characteristics of your value proposition. Don't allow the need to secure a client to lead you to accept working conditions that put your integrity, health, or reputation at risk, which are very valuable assets in this world of entrepreneurship. Stop selling your time and focus on adding value. This is closely linked to the previous point because, as we saw, the business dynamic is very different from the work dynamic, and clients are indifferent to the time you invest in creating and delivering your product or service. They are interested in you adding value to their lives through your products and services. Build a value proposition based on what you have to offer and what your potential clients want or need. The more value you add to your clients, the higher the price they will be willing to pay. Stop wearing yourself out with operational work and learn to delegate. One of the most powerful tools of successful entrepreneurs is their ability to delegate, but delegating is not simply putting other people to do your work. There are 3 important keys to delegating successfully in your business. Work with the best. Make sure you have capable and trustworthy people who are truly committed to your business mission. While the entrepreneur cannot wait to be told what to do, they must be proactive and self-disciplined. It is true that even as employees we must be proactive and self-disciplined, but this quality is especially important when one decides to start a business. Because no matter how much you love what you do, there will be days when you don't want to do it. There will be days when you feel lazy to open your business, when you feel tired, and when you think it's easier to find a job that provides a fixed income. There will be days when you can't stand your clients or collaborators, and it is precisely on those days that you must remember why you started and why giving up is not an option for you. If you need someone to give you orders to take action, then you will do better in a job. In business, you must be your own motivation. Stop looking for someone to blame, take responsibility, and focus on finding solutions. In a traditional job, our tasks and responsibilities only go so far. If something goes wrong or unexpected happens, usually the responsible person is sought. However, when you are an entrepreneur, everything that happens is your responsibility, regardless of who you delegated a specific task to. It's like not finding successful entrepreneurs who rely on their collaborators to communicate with their clients when they couldn't deliver the order on time. They say things like it was the designer's fault, the person in charge was resting and that's why I couldn't bring your order on time, it was our accountant's fault, etc. That is the attitude of a successful entrepreneur. When they don't comply, their entire brand and company are affected. It is your responsibility to have the right personnel and resources to fulfill your value proposition. Of course, unforeseen problems can occur, but for a client, seeing a committed company assuming responsibility is much better than listening to an inefficient entrepreneur blaming their own collaborators for what happened. Stop fearing change and start managing it. The work Dynamics can become routine, especially for those in operational positions, which can make us reluctant to change. You have probably seen people complaining within a company because they had to use new software, change their workspace, or perform a process differently. Ideally, everyone within the organization should be open to change and constantly in a process of reinvention and evolution. But without a doubt, the leaders of the organization must be the first to adopt this philosophy, because you have probably also heard entrepreneurs say things like, "We have always done things this way and they have worked. I don't trust new systems," etc. As a leader of your entrepreneurship, you must always be one step ahead, willing to challenge the status quo and take advantage of the opportunities that changes bring. According to Jack Welch, when the pace of change within the company is surpassed by the pace of change outside it, the end is near. Focus on the value of things, not their price. According to Robert Kiyosaki, the miserly person will never be rich because they focus on the price of things, not their value. This means that just because something is cheap doesn't mean it's worth the cost. In the world of money, business, and investments, you must learn to identify the value of things. Being swayed by a low price is an emotional decision that can cost you a lot of money. Successful entrepreneurs buy value. In my personal case, years ago when starting a restaurant, the business failed for various reasons, including taking a location, because it was very cheap, but the location was not very strategic, so the flow of customers was low. Tips for developing an entrepreneurial mindset. If you're ready to take the next step and start working on your entrepreneurial mindset, here are 3 practical tips that will help you achieve it. Surround yourself with entrepreneurial people. They say we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with, so make sure you surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. Reading is like having conversations with people from whom you can learn a lot of interesting things. A particularly recommended book is Entrepreneurship is a Way of Life by Carlos Nava. In it, you'll find valuable lessons, keys, and tools to face life and business with an entrepreneurial attitude. Go out and sell. An excellent way to develop various important skills for entrepreneurs is to start selling. If you have your own product, great. If not, look for someone else's product or company and make an agreement to receive a commission for each sale. The better your sales skills, the more skilled you will be in business. Take action. The best entrepreneurship course you can take is to take your idea and start executing it. No matter how many books you read or how many courses you take, if you don't take action, you're wasting valuable time. Despite starting a business, there may still be paradigms in your head that prevent you from becoming the successful entrepreneur you want to be. It's important to work on developing an entrepreneurial mindset that allows you to successfully tackle the challenges of the business world. On the other hand, there's nothing wrong with having a job. The problem is relying on it and developing a mindset of complacency that prevents us from reinventing ourselves and constantly growing. Remember to look for customers, not bosses. Even as an employee, you can build an entrepreneurial mindset and add more value to the companies you work for. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to continue enjoying our videos.